Alright, so here's a regular JPEG. This is going to be infrared post-production in Photoshop CS5. This is process number 2. I believe I posted process number 1. That's one way of doing it. And this is going to be process number 2, alternate way. So right off the bat, this is our JPEG here, as you can see. You can use RAW or JPEG, it doesn't matter. For this tutorial, I'm just using the straight JPEG because it's been working good. So this one's pretty cool. Check it out. So we're going to do background here, and then we're going to go ahead and Command J. It's going to have the second layer. Now we're going to hit Command I, which basically means to invert. You see this is invert right here? So basically we're going to go ahead and hit Command I to invert that. And now our picture is looking like pretty cool. Alright, so from this step, we're going to go to the blending modes right here. Instead of normal, we're going to go ahead and scroll all the way to the bottom. We're going to hit color. So we're going to do blending mode color. Now this is what an infrared should start to look like. You have like snowy trees. It looks like snow, blue, everything here. It's looking good. So let's go ahead and go to step 3, which is the channel mixer. So we're going to go ahead and follow the steps here. We're going to switch blue to 100%, plus 100%, and we're going to do red 0. Now we're going to go over to the blue channel, and we're going to do red plus 100 on the blue channel, and then we're going to do blue 0. Alright. Next, we're going to go ahead and go over to the hue saturation, and we're going to mess with this a little bit. And we're going to see what we get. So we're getting some blues, some greens. So basically this is back to the original. Let's see what we can do. Turn it up there a little bit. See, but now let's go over to reds and see what they got going on over here. Got a little red there, you got a little green. I actually like blue for this one. Like a whitish blue. No, so that's looking pretty good to me. So now I'm going to go ahead and flatten that image there. Go over to filter, smart sharpen. Keep it on the image, everything looks real nice. Probably turn it up a little bit. Hit OK. Infrared, this is post-production infrared. You can always get the filters. You can buy an infrared filter for your Canon or your Nikon. This is post-production infrared, so you're basically just taking the picture with what you got and bringing it into Photoshop and using certain techniques and steps to give the image of an infrared photo. Although infrared professionals don't believe that it's anywhere near the real thing, so I might have to go get me a filter and give it a test myself. So that smart sharpen's all done. I like to go over to adjustments and go over to the HDR toning here. That's the only place you can find HDR toning. It's not located in any of the adjustments or anywhere else. So what you see here is actually the default, which looks pretty amazing already. I may have to come back to that if I don't like it, but what I usually do is go to Surrealistic, and you're gonna see that it looks entirely way too heavy. So go ahead and start adjusting that. Gamma ray needs to definitely come down. That's looking really cool right there, like a dark snowy day. So let me go ahead and mess with this a little bit more and see what I can pull out. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the highlight a little bit on this one in particular. It's looking pretty nice. Let's see what shadows do. Shadows are gonna bring in some more light in the foreground, I believe. Let's see if I turn them down. Yeah, we want to keep the shadows away, so we'll turn that back up. Let's see, let's turn the gamma ray, see if I think it may bring out some more brightness. There it is. So that's a beautiful, like, sunset kind of shot. I actually took this shot around, I would say like at 3 p.m. Central Time, Texas, San Antonio. So it almost looks like it's a sunset shot. Sun doesn't go down around here till at least 6:30 at this time, which is the end of February. So, but I'm really liking this clean shot right here. You can remember, this is great and all, but you can always bring it. You could always do more adjusting back in the adjustments area over here. So I'm not quite done yet, but I thought that was a great spot to stop and go ahead and bring it back to regular Photoshop. Took it out of HDR toning, so it's looking really nice. One thing to remember is not every photo is going to come out the same when you're doing this post-production infrared editing. You know, some of your pictures may come out better than others. Just make sure you follow all the steps properly. You know, if you miss a step, you might get confused and be like, oh, it doesn't look like what I'm trying to accomplish. But this process here is working pretty good. I like. I have another video which is, it's another style infrared that you might try or might work for another photo. This one in particular right now is looking really nice for the blues. The other photos were bringing out, the other infrared was bringing out more of a pinkish and green look. So as you can tell, the trees in this photo, I mean, it's still somewhat winter here in February, so the trees don't have many leaves on them. But when the trees do have leaves, it's supposed to be like a really white looking bluish tree look. So there's our photo there. It's looking pretty amazing. I'm actually really surprised. I shoot with the Canon 7D 50mm 1.2 is what this is, the L series lens. And these are some of the images and qualities that I'm able to gather when pre-production and post-production is complete. I have a photography page. It's of course facebook.com/JoeTurnerPhotography. Go hit me up on there and like that if you can. I have other over hundreds of images there, different styles, good stuff like that. So we're looking real nice and clean. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it one more time with the Smart Sharpen just to double check. Sometimes the HDR toning adds a little bit of blur to it, just a tiny bit of blur. What the Smart Sharpen does here, it looks like a little too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm still gonna give it the Smart Sharpen, but I'm gonna tone it down on the Smart Sharpen. The other one was really sharp, then I did the HDR, and now I'm doing a final Smart Sharpen, but a little bit toned down. Sometimes the HDR gives it a little bit of a blur, a tiny bit of blur that, you know, that will take some of the sharpness away, the true sharpness that you need. Now, every lens is going to offer you the maximum sharpness ability. So, for example, I'm using the 50mm L series. It's going to offer me extreme sharpness. If you use anything less than that, you may not be able to get this sharp, but I always recommend Smart Sharpen once or twice. Once at the beginning, once at the end, kind of thing. So we're looking really good. I think I'm pretty happy with this. I don't even think I want to brighten it. I think it's almost perfect. But I'm going to go ahead and image, go to image size, hit 300. Go back up here. This is way too big. Magic number is 3260. Hit OK. That's a good print size. It's a good size for Facebook, etc., etc. What I do here is I'm going to go ahead and you can hit save as, name it, save it to your desktop, do whatever. What I find is if you save for web and devices, what it's going to do is it's going to open up faster, cleaner, and sharper for mobile devices and computers also. I've actually noticed that this is really neat process here, a way to save it. Forgot to show you this, but make sure it's on JPEG maximum optimizing quality 100. And then what you're gonna do is read this, make sure everything's cool. See, it tells you right here 120 kilobytes can open up really fast. Hit save. Go ahead and name it infrared number 5. And hit save. And that's it, you're done. Alright, my name is Joe Turner. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and start doing more tutorials for you guys, so stay tuned. YouTube.com/Joe Turner Music. Involved with a lot of bands here in town too. Alright, take care.